Well, my first guest this evening is Cardiff North MP Anna McMorrin. You're very welcome. I'm afraid we're discussing bad news for Labour, though. How bad is the poll for you?
Well, there's no getting around it. It's very bad for Labour. But what is really interesting, I think, about this poll is that it really very clearly shows that there's a shift in anti-Brexit vote in Wales. Absolutely. The Remain vote in Wales is actually bigger if you look at those polls. So if you accumulate the party support there on those polls, that is bigger than the Brexit vote. And you know, what we've got to do is set out that strong argument against Farage and his Brexit party, which isn't even a real party. It's a private company. It's a nonsense, and it's pushing a far-right agenda.
Let me just stick with Labour for a moment, because that's why we've got you on here. Do you think, therefore, that Labour's stance, confused stance, some might say, on Brexit, is costing it those Remain votes?
Look, you know my stance on this very well. I very much support a final say, a confirmatory vote, and that is what I want to see our party saying unequivocally, very clearly to the voters, that that's what we support. That's what I support. That's what I think the majority of Labour voters, Labour supporters, Labour MPs and elected members across the country, I think, support that on the whole. That's what I'd like to see, and that's what I'd like to see us moving to much more unequivocally.
Related to that, the Welsh Labour leader, Mark Drakeford, has maintained the same position as your UK leader, Jeremy Corbyn. Are you as critical of him in that? And do you attribute some of the blame for this big drop to him, because it's happened on his watch?
Well, look, I think this is a vote that we've had in Parliament now 3 times against Theresa May's deal. In Parliament as well, we have voted for a final say, a confirmatory vote, twice.
Are you going to answer my Mark Drakeford question?
I'll answer your Mark Drakeford question. So if it as follows your question, that he's following the Westminster line and the Jeremy Corbyn's line, then actually we're supporting a confirmatory vote. What I'm saying is we must be much clearer, much more definitive when we're out on the doorsteps, when we're out campaigning, that actually Labour is a Remain party. We need to get those MEPs to sit there in the European Parliament for a progressive socialist Europe that we know needs reforming. But we want to see that with our MEPs elected there.
There is, apparently, this week, a bold new offer coming your way. I was talking to the Shadow Brexit Secretary, Keir Starmer, earlier on about this, and this is what he had to say about it.
I genuinely think it's right that we should wait and see what is going to be put forward before we judge it. But we've had lots of promises of change and difference and bold new offers. None have materialised so far, but we wait and see.
Should he be waiting and seeing, or should he just be moving straight to the next stage, the people's vote stage?
Well, I was with Keir this afternoon as well today, and he was very clear that the talks got nowhere. Theresa May
were they a waste of time?
I think they were a complete waste of time. And that's what he essentially was saying, that Theresa May is no support. It's clear that the end of days is near for her. We've got the leadership contestants vying to get there. So
given that, and given everything you've already said, why is Keir Starmer and the Labour leadership waiting and seeing? Why don't they just...
Very clear this afternoon with members and on the doorstep that our policy is to go for a confirmatory ballot on the deal, on any deal.
It's not as clear from your leader, is it?
Well, this is what I'm saying. We need it to be far clearer from all sections and all factions of the party. So I mean, there's no hiding it. There are differences of opinion within the party. And there is going to be, in a party of 500,000 members, there are going to be huge swathes and huge differences of opinion. But it's very clear that it's our policy that was elected, that was chosen at conference. I'm fighting for it. I know that the only way we can fight this and to stop my constituents being poorer, to stop the country being damaged, is to have that final say.
OK, Anna McMorrin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm